There is a machine on Earth that can momentarily produce more power than the entire planet. Not a country. Not a city. The entire planet. And yet, it cannot even boil water. So what is really happening here? In Romania, near Bucharest, there is a facility called ELI-NP pod, Extreme Light Infrastructure. Inside this facility, scientists have built one of the most powerful laser systems ever created. A system capable of reaching 10 petawatts. That is 10 million billion watts. A number so large, it almost loses meaning. But the reality is far more interesting than the number. Each pulse of this laser contains about 240 joules of energy, which is less energy than many everyday devices use in a few seconds. So how can something so small produce something so powerful? The answer lies in a simple concept that is often misunderstood. Energy and power are not the same thing. Energy is the total amount. Power is how fast that energy is delivered. If you spread energy over time, the effect is gentle. If you compress it, the effect becomes extreme. Imagine releasing the same energy over 1 second or over a trillionth of a second. The total energy is identical, but the impact is not. This laser does not create more energy. It controls time. Each pulse lasts about 24 femtoseconds. That is 24 millionths of a billionth of a second. A timescale so small, it is almost impossible to imagine. And yet, this is where the power comes from. This is made possible by a method called chirped pulse amplification. First, the pulse is stretched in time, then amplified safely, then compressed again to an extremely short duration. This compression increases the peak power without increasing the total energy. This discovery was so important that it was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics because it changed how we interact with energy. At these intensities, something unusual happens. Light is no longer just light. It begins to interact with matter in extreme ways. Electrons respond differently. Photons can behave in ways we do not observe in normal conditions. In these environments, scientists can study interactions described by quantum electrodynamics, where light can influence particles directly, and under certain conditions, even generate new ones, including matter, antimatter pairs. Not in theory, in controlled experiments. This system is not built to generate electricity. It is built to understand reality, to recreate conditions that normally exist only. In extreme astrophysical environments in high-energy events in the early universe, it allows us to study matter under conditions we cannot access otherwise. And this changes what is possible to observe. The most surprising part is not the power. It is the principle behind it. The system does not generate more energy. It controls when that energy exists, and when energy is controlled in time, it can produce effects that seem impossible. This changes how we think about power. Because the future may not belong to those who generate more energy, but to those who control it with precision, down to the smallest fraction of time.